What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Mitch and this is Does Garage. Now I've got a big track day coming up and I plan on breaking my record. So in this video we're going to do a complete service of the 701, just oil, filters, all the basic sort of stuff, clean the air filter. I'm going to show you guys how to do it on your bike. There's a couple of little tricks you probably want to keep in mind, as these engines do have some fail points and the more work you put into it, the less likely that is to happen. So I picked up some Motul 1050 weight oil. Depending on where you are in the world, depending on how many kilometers you have on your bike, that number might change. So go and speak to your local parts supplier, someone you trust, and find the correct oil for you. And the 701/690/700 from GasGas, they all require 2 oil filters, and they are 2 different filters. They are both listed on most of the parts suppliers. Make sure you get one of each, as you do need both. And there are actually little inline oil strainers as well. You can replace these. I just clean them, as I do replace my oil quite often, and you can replace these every 10,000 kilometers or so. That's enough of me talking. Let's start pulling some parts off and get this thing serviced, ready for the track day. As you can hopefully see, the oil is definitely due, but it's still not too bad of color. I can still see through, so it's definitely due, but it's not too bad. So first things first, let's pop this guy off. This is one of the oil strainers I was talking about. So as you can see there, that is reusable. You can replace them. I'm just going to give it a clean up and blast it out with some compressed air. Whether that's the right way or not, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it, and it seems to work for me. So up next, we're moving to the left-hand side of the bike. This back bolt here. And then while we have this out, just grab a clean cloth and just wipe this guy. That's a magnet. If there's any metal floating around, we're going to find it. We are looking pretty good. Now this is what I was talking about, keeping an eye on. It is pretty common to get a little bit of wear on the cams, especially if you ride it the way I do. I love bouncing off limiter and doing silly things and wheelies and burnouts. But so far we're looking pretty good. Doesn't look like there's too much damage at all. Now while that's draining, move to the bolt just in front of it. And we have another oil strainer. Now I doubt you can see it on camera, but there are a couple of little tiny spots there that look like a bit of bearing material, potentially camshaft material. It's pretty common, especially the way I ride this thing. It's no surprise, that's okay. We'll just see how long this thing lasts. If you guys aren't aware, I have a spare engine, so I don't really care. I'm going to ride this thing the way you guys want to see this thing ridden. And then just moving up from this location up to here, this is where one of the oil filters is. A little bit tricky to get to, more so with the titanium pipe, but I just pop this spring off, undo these 2 little bolts, pop it out, and then you can get to the oil filter. Grab yourself a nice strong magnet. Alright, make sure this is nice and clean inside. It's also worth just checking the oil that you're cleaning out of here as well. Make sure there's no foreign material. New filter, pop it in. Make sure it's located all the way. And if you did have a lot of trouble getting this out, I have seen people pop little tech screws into here, just like self-tappers, and then pull on it. You shouldn't have to. Another option is a little hook tool like this underneath. You should be able to get it and just give it a little yank. Shouldn't need too much force. If it does, you might be doing something wrong. This O-ring is replaceable, but it's in perfect condition and it was nice and sealed, so we're going to reuse that one. Pop the cap on. Alright, so both oil filter caps, 10 Newton meters. Something didn't feel good about that. I got to 10 and then it just, I don't know. This could end badly. Yeah, that's cross-threaded. Looks like we're doing a repair today. Yeah. So that is not good. That is part of the engine and it's just ripped out. That's okay, we have helicoils. So today we're going to show you how to do that as well. That was not part of the plan. Alright, so remove everything again. Plug this hole because we're going to make a mess. If you're unfamiliar what a helicoil kit is, this are the main three parts we need. This is the helicoil itself, or thread repair. So what we need to do is drill the hole bigger, put a new thread into it which is larger. The outside thread of this little helicoil matches the new thread and the inside of the helicoil matches the original bolt. So, first thing first, drill the engine. Step 2, put the new external thread into the frame. You can get little T-handles for this. I can't find mine, so we're going to use this. It's not ideal, but it'll be okay. So really gently, really slowly, try to keep it as straight as possible. This is where the T-handles come in really handy. Alright, once the new thread is created, we want to put a tiny little bit of a light Loctite onto this, just to help it stay in place in future. You don't need a lot, and make sure it doesn't get through this onto the new bolt. So using this tool, you slide the new thread onto here, and then gently put it into place. Make sure that the thread isn't sticking out past here, otherwise obviously the cap won't seal on there properly. That pops that little end tab off. Then grab your magnet and pull it out, because you don't want that sitting in there. So guys, that's as easy as it is. We have a new thread in there, so that will be it. I'm not going to tighten anything just yet, but I just wanted to show you. Let's go and do the other side. Alright, so I've already done the filter on the other side. You guys don't need to see that. It's exactly the same as this, hopefully without having to repair a thread. No f***ing way. So, that's the bottom bolt, and we need to do the same thing. This is the perfect reason as to why you use a goddamn torque wrench. Anyway, I'm going to do this off camera, get it done, and then we'll move on to the rest. So guys, it goes without saying, get a bloody torque wrench, look after the thing. You are going to save yourself potentially thousands of dollars. That was an easy fix. It was a pretty simple place, pretty easy to get to, and I had the stuff to do it. So it's a pretty good result, considering it could have been much worse. If I didn't have the tools for it, I either had to buy the tools. If I didn't have the knowledge, I would have to tow the thing to a bike shop, because you wouldn't be able to ride the thing there, and then it's just a whole thing. Get a torque wrench, save all the dramas. So now it's time to pop the oil screens back in, left and right. They both take 15 Newton meters, because you have a torque wrench, don't you? And the oil drain plug, 20 Newton meters. Alright, so we've replaced or cleaned all of the strainers, put them back into the right torque setting, same with the filters, and now it's time to put some oil into this bike. This is going to take, with an oil filter change, it should take about 1.7 litres. Of course, keep eye on your sight glass with the bike flat. I've got it on the stand so it's nice and level, and just see where it ends up at, but 1.7 should be about right. Alright, the oil level is almost where we need it, but let's stop there, let it rest for a minute, and you can see the colour is definitely better than it was before as well. So let's top it up a little bit more and we're almost done. And then of course, clean or replace your air filter depending on your setup. If it's not one of a foam type, obviously replace it, but all foam filters also have slightly different requirements, so I'm not going to go through how I'm cleaning mine. I'm using the proper Rottweiler kit to clean it, re-oil it, reinstall it. I'm going to skip that part because it's different to what you've got. Alright, oil drained, replaced. Oil filters replaced. Air filter replaced or cleaned, depending on your setup, and then some threads repaired if someone's attacked your bike without a torque wrench. Yes, I have worked on this bike and replaced the oil filters, and today it just had enough. So make sure you use a torque wrench. Once you're at this point, start your bike, keeping an eye on things. If an oil engine light does come on, it means you might not have quite enough oil in it. Luckily enough, I've got the Beratec Kumpan, so I can keep an eye on the oil pressure. Definitely a modification I would recommend. Then once we're up to operating temperature, let it cool down for about 5 minutes, let all the oil settle, check the sight glass again, and you want it roughly in the middle of that circle on the sight glass. And then because we have a track day coming up, I'm going to do a complete bolt check of the bike, using a torque wrench of course, and make sure everything's tight, up to spec, and everything's good to go. But let's start the bike, get it up to temp, go from there. Alright, as you can see, the oil level has certainly dropped, so the oil's obviously spread around into the clutches, etc. So we just need to top that up a little bit, and then we're good to go. But obviously you guys don't need to see me do that. You know how to do that by now. Get yourself a torque wrench, get yourself the kit, get it all serviced, and get out there on your bike. But that is going to do it for now, guys. Like I said, the track day's coming up, so smash that subscribe button, give us a like. That really, really helps the channel way more than you could imagine, and it costs you nothing. And if you do want to go above and beyond, which you really don't have to, we do have memberships available. So you get exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff, and a whole bunch more. Free entries into all of our giveaways that are coming up as well. So stay tuned for a lot more content, and thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.